Hey, what's up guys? So John with See the Night Vision Company, and today we're here with Aimpoint to teach you guys a little bit more about night vision before we get to shooting. Now, let's talk about singles versus duals. Now, singles versus duals is a pretty common thing that we get from anybody trying to buy night vision and why they want to go one way or the other. Now, let's talk about some of the pros and cons between the two. With a dual setup, one of the pros or some of the pros are that you get to see through two tubes. You have two eyes, most people do at least, and they get to see through two tubes. It makes it a lot easier to see a lot of things, to correlate distances and actually have some good depth perception. Very useful for a lot of different things like driving and hunting. And if you are doing this operationally for anything against two-legged critters, you may want duals. It gives you a little bit of an upper hand there. One of the downsides to duals is that they are a little bit larger. They're a little bit more cumbersome to a certain extent, more than one single tube. Now, the pros to a 14 are that it is what I like to consider the Glock 19 of the night vision world. You could use it for a bunch of different things. One of the biggest things, in my opinion, is that it can be attached to a camera pretty easily. You could put it on a telescope. You could carry it in your pocket with a lanyard. You could put it around your neck and just carry it when you're going hiking. Using a 14 for a lot of different things is one of my favorite aspects to a 14, other than just wearing it on a helmet. When you do wear it on a helmet, one of the best parts about it is that you can actually see with your unaided eye. So if I have it on one eye and I'm looking through the other one at the same time, my brain will mesh the images, giving me whatever I can see with the lighting environment and what I see under night vision. Another thing you can do with them is actually mount them on rifles if they are rifle rated. And you could also put them on different devices like some forms of cameras, mount it to your phone and things like that, and actually film a lot of stuff through night vision, either for fun or for important stuff like surveillance or anything like that. Now, between the two, one of the biggest things that comes up is your budget, right? The cost for a dual set is going to be a little bit more, most likely double the amount of a single set or a single 14 because of the fact that you're using another intensifying tube. Now, the intensifiers that are in here, right? Two of them versus one, it definitely costs you more. The difference there though, if you get different specs, a 14 can come in with really good specs and become a little bit more costly than something with duals that can be a lot less if you got lesser spec tubes or a lesser quality tube. But with that, between the two, both of them are very usable on the range, off the range, in almost any capacity that you want to use them. And if you are feeling a little bit spicier, a quad setup is for you. So now quads, being a little bit off subject, but gives you a little bit of an understanding here, quads are going to need a battery pack. So unlike the other two, where you can use a battery pack with a dual set, but you don't have to because they have onboard batteries, a quad system usually has a battery pack. There are bridges that offer a battery to go in there, but it doesn't last as long as a normal dual setup where the battery will last you about 24 hours, give or take. A single battery in a 14 will last you about 48 hours, give or take. And then on a quad system, depending on the battery, depending on the bridge, and depending on how often you use it, you may get much less than that. So with this, you'll usually use a battery pack that offers you 4 batteries worth of power, and that way you can swap between them and power the unit. The downside to a quad system is that you will usually have to keep it all together with a battery pack. Mounting it to a camera is very cumbersome, not something I want to do. But one of the pros to this bad boy is that like you can see a lot more field of view than you could with a dual setup or a 14, which both of these are only going to give you about 40 degrees of field of view, where this will give you around the 90 something. Very, very useful for the guys that are doing something against other humans in a very close confined spaces. But that's quads for you. So if you're more curious about night vision or want to learn more or buy some, you can come see us at seethenight.com, and stay tuned because we're going to have some more content with Aimpoint and showing you guys how these are used in different ways.